said, why? He said, Dr. Babanjai, Modu Musa's son, is the one who just beat the hell out of him, was bleeding from the nose and from the mouth. And he had gone to the police opposite, but he asked them to hold on. He was going to see the elder of both of them. I asked my wife to call him. We went over, called him.
You mentioned Dr. Babanjai, yes, son of Modu Musa Njai. Yes. So far you've mentioned 2 children of Modu Musa Njai. You're referring to the same Modu Musa Njai, father of Usainu Njai and father of Dr. Babanjai, correct?
That is correct.
Thank you. You may proceed.
Then I told him, I said, but what brought the fracas? What brought the trouble? He told me, well, I scaled over the wall, which into the street. You have Babanjai exactly, Dr. Baba exactly opposite. He scaled the wall, and Baba saw him and stopped him and said, don't you know that this property belongs to my brother? Where are you from? He said he told Baba that I live in this house. Gabriel Singati is my father. We are living here in this outhouse. Baba said, yes, but you should never scale, because I taught you to be a thief or a bad person. Go around. This is not safe. If anything, if people see you frequenting this, someday it may be a real thief and nobody will bother. He told me that. Then I asked him to go and withdraw the case. I will get Baba and I will apologize. He left. The next day I called Baba, and Baba gave me the full story. Said on the first occasion he let him off. But on the second occasion, he argued with him and he said he was a bit nasty. Baba is a strong lad. And Baba, did what he did. So I told Baba...
What did Baba do?
Baba knocked him, of course. Baba agreed that he was responsible, that shirt, maybe the shirt he was wearing. Baba agreed. But he said because he was very nasty, and it was on a second occasion. I said, Baba, but you should have told me after he told you first occasion that he was staying. He said, no, I don't have to tell you when somebody violates your property in my presence. Fine. Now, I called Edward, and we apologized, and he did not do anything. He withdrew the case because Baba was not called to the station. Nothing happened.
At this stage, was Edward already in the army? Or
yes, he was in the army. He was just he was there.
Okay. When you heard this announcement that there was a coup d'etat, and you spent a few days at your home in Fajara, the curfew was lifted. At this stage, did you come to know that Edward was part of the coup leaders?
Yes, because he came when the curfew was lifted. See, I alternate between my wives, which is traditional. He came to the house. While I was not there, and spoke to my wife. He said, where is Uncle? He said, he's not here today. He said, well, I just came to tell him about the military takeover. We are responsible, but tell him I will be coming back when I will explain everything to him. Right now, I also, on behalf of my family, I want to give him, to inform him and to thank him for the hospitality of accommodating my family. We are moving to Daddy Job's house. I said, Daddy Job, which Daddy Job? He said, near the Pipeline Mosque. He said, this is where the Nigerian commander used to be. He's living. And I am moving there with the family. When I came, Mom told me. But somehow, maybe it was never to happen. I have not seen him. Maybe he came back, I was not there, because I am only there in the evenings. And in the mornings, I go back and do my own avocation, Yes. So I never saw him until my detention.
Were they paying rent while they were at your house?
No. Because his step-grandmother was married to my father. and Momoko Tenja.
So they were living in your house gratis for all this period?
Oh yes, I will not charge them because Gabriel is regarded as a brother through marriage. And we grew up as children too in the same place, Base, Banjul, Banjul. No.
And at this time of the coup d'etat, what happened to Gabriel?
Gabriel died before the coup d'etat. He died shortly before the coup d'etat. He was admitted at Westfield. And I was leading in the funeral arrangements because his uncle, Sheni Singate, who was my parliamentary secretary in 1977, and my younger one, they are one father, is the next nearest relative to him. So Sheni informed me, and we did everything. And as our tradition provides or requires, when an elderly person is present, whether by marriage, by blood, by kith and kin, or by just being together for a long time, you are given the leadership role. And I was responsible. And we buried him at this Igbo town thing. It was a very wet day, and the pit was smaller than the, this thing, what do you call it, coffin. So the first attempt to lower the coffin, it collapsed. The whole thing was done all over again because the cement blocks were wet. So everything was, we were there for nearly 2 hours or more.
Thank you. I think this is a convenient time to stop for our first break. Mr. Chairman, over to you if any members of the Commission have a few questions to ask. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my counsel. And thank you so much, Uncle MC. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you for years. I wasn't sure what I would see when you walk in. And you're still looking elegant and really sharp mind. Marlborough House conference, recalling events from there to somebody not paying rent. I mean, that's extraordinary mind that you have. But it's good to have you here.
Thank you.
Is there any member who would have any question to ask? Yes, Commissioner Carr.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have a question. You got into politics when you were very young. I'd like to know what was youth involvement in politics at that time, like youth and women involvement in politics.
Can you say that again?
You got into politics at a young age. Are you getting? He's not hearing you.
Oh. Yes, I got in.
Yes, I just want to know what was youth involvement in politics like at that time?
Youth involvement
in politics.
In politics, it was comme ci comme ça, because in any meaningful avocation or meaningful participation, there must be a motivating force. And that was the dawn of politics, and the motivation was very low. What motivation there was at the time was to support people to go through parliament and to try and bring good to the country, change bad laws, provide better standards, and so on and so forth. So, as I have said earlier, the actual mobilization in the recognized progressive form as it is or should be was started by my own humble self as Minister of Youth, Sports, and Culture, including education. So it was just comme ci comme ça. I would not say it was.
Thank you. If there are no further questions, we would take a 30-minute break and come back at 12 noon. Uncle, thank you so much. Meeting is adjourned.